Hello and welcome. I'm Tyson. Thank you for joining me this evening. I decided to put this video together because Roger Spur put together a video the other day called C Notes Should Not Do This. And I watched it, and he was talking about how the Yucatan Peninsula and the meteor impact, how it's not true, and how it's biological. And I wanted to concur on that, and I wanted to show you what I see, and why I make the statements I do that it is biological and it is creatures. And so I'm going to let him start out with this, and then I'm going to start and show you what I see.
His skin that eroded from the Great Flood. And
now, yeah, this is the part that's messing me up sometimes. Seeing things on the Earth is because of this this bathtub ring layer. You know, after the flood, it left a thick layer of scum, basically rotted creatures and stuff, and they covered up a lot of stuff, so it obscures a lot of things we're trying to see on, you know, the Earth or what we're finding. And he's explaining that here, and so I just wanted to say that right now. And the Earth is made out of creatures, like he says.
Iridium is dense in skin. Absolutely, no question about it. It's over 5% in some of these skin clays, which is kaolin, which eroded in the flood, in the Great Flood. So the KT boundary is actually the WWBR, which is the worldwide bathtub ring. Earth is now covered by giant creatures.
Yeah, the Earth is covered by giant creatures, and that's just a fact. That's, you know, geology's not true, and so everything we see on the Earth, you know, is creatures that's dead, and we're living on them.
That drowned in the flood. Now, you heard my statement. The Earth is covered with biological creatures. This is completely wrong what they're saying. There was no impact. That also, that entire Yucatan impact site is biology. I have looked at the core.
Okay, he says biology, and I'm going to show you what I'm seeing also. Okay, first of all, when I was looking around the other day before the Yucatan, I was checking out this Yucatan Peninsula area, and I seen this. Everything's creatures everywhere. I mean, down in here, just absolutely loaded with creatures. I mean, small ones, main big one, and it runs. There's one that runs up the coastline here. And then you got another smaller one that's running right here. I think it ends right here. And then you got this massive head of this. And I'll show you why I say that. This, in my opinion, is a giant reptile. And here's his body laying right back here. And his tail ends over here in Buenos Aires. And I'll show you why I say that. Let me highlight this. The best way to look on Google Earth, what I do is I take all the markers off. That way you can see all the boundaries, all the labels and everything. I'm going to put them back on here. And it'll highlight it for me. Here's its head. Here's its outer row of vertebrae, you know, like they got, I don't know how many, a snake or whatever. Here's the inner row, and then here's the other outer row right here. If you get down in here, you can see them. 1, 2, 3. They connect to the back of the skull in here, is what I'm seeing. So all these islands in through here, St. Lucia, Granada Islands, all that in through there, you know, Dominica, Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands, that's all in the backbone of this creature. So I'm going to take these markers back off of here. Oopsie, that's where I should have been. That's where I will go back. Let me show you that again on this bigger screen. So you'll see it right here. Here's the outer part of its body right in here. Here's the inner part. And it comes up and connects to the back of the skull right here. And this is its guardian on its head. And there's another creature laying in here. Plus you got another creature laying in here. Now I'm going to show you where it goes. The rest of the body goes up in here, wraps on up here through Cuba, setting on it, and the tail ends up right over here through Guatemala and, yeah, Buenos Aires there, or whatever it is. So I'll show you that real quick. The tail's in here in Guatemala. Tail ends right in here. You can see the tip of the tail right here. There's the lower line, tips right here. Right there's the tip of the tail by this Montezanitla. Okay. And you'll see the rest of the tail. See how it comes down, wraps down here, and goes just like that and ends right there. That's what I'm seeing. Okay. And it wraps up around. Here, it goes like that, wraps up and around, goes across. They've been doing mining in here like Roger's done in his videos before, and I'm not sure what's going on here. There's another creature laying in here. You got the fluting laying right in here. See this fluting? Come down here, get on Google Earth and go in here and you'll see all this fluting. Get down in here and look at this stuff. And through here. That's another indicative of another creature. And then you got Yucatan Peninsula right there, and they say the meteor impact is right there, and that's, in my opinion, that's not true. Because let me show you something else. This is why I made this video. The Gulf of Mexico is a fish, in my opinion. Let me show why I say that. Tip of the nose is over here in Mexico. Lower jawline, primary dorsal fin, secondary dorsal fin, anal fin, caudal fin down here in the Florida Straits, right up against this body of this snake, or whatever it is. You'll see it right here. All the biology is there for a fish. Anal fin, tail fin, or the caudal fin comes right in here. Secondary dorsal, primary dorsal, tip of the nose, bottom jaw. And what killed it is Greg Morrison's dragon on the East Coast. Let me take all these markers off. Now, if everybody knows this by now, Roger's done a lot on it. I'll do it real quick. This is the East Coast dragon. There's the tip of its nose, back of its head, or right in here is the back of its head. It's pretty thick. I'm not sure which part. That's just the top of its noggin, back of its skull probably. Its throat, you can see its throat's kind of highlighted here. And then the rest of the body's right in here, clear down to the here. And we believe, Greg Morrison and me were talking, he noticed this too, and he believed this was a front flipper, like I do. We believe that's one of the front flippers. We don't know if the other one's there. But if you get in here looking at this, looks like the back legs would have been connected right over here. I'm not positive, but it looks like it. It looks like they're gone or something's happened. Something's mangled, and this is all torn up in here. You can see the fluting in here coming off its back. You can see all that in there. So that's that dragon. Okay. And if you take a look, here's the tip of its nose. Look what's coming out of its mouth. See that? Right on top of that fish. Just like the one Roger has over in Morocco. When you see the dragon's head, neck, body, comes up here like this. And then it's spewed onto this fish, which is the Gulf of Mexico. Oops, that's just my opinion. Right here. And if you look, you'll see the dragon, the fish, the dragon, and down here, you see this head is a reptile, and his back, and he goes in here like this. And then I'm working on this project up here. This is a massive creature. And I'm not sure how to even explain it yet. But I will as soon as I get it all put together, because all this stuff that's debris laying on top of it's really made it look obscured. But if you get in here and look at this blocking, right in through here, get in here on Google Earth and look at this stuff. And the rest of this creature is actually this. It needs to be all this. It needs to be back over here. All this belongs back over connected to that. All this used to be connected to this. So anyway, that's what I see going on. And get down in here, and this is some fantastic, look at this stuff in here. Look at this, patterns. Look at that. Look at that pattern. You tell me that's not biological. Yeah, okay. And I got some property I'll sell you. You guess what it is too. Look at that one. Look at this stuff in here. Just a fascinating. Look at this stuff in here. Get over here and look at this. See that pattern? No, I don't believe it's an eye. I believe it's just part of the back of this thing. This is the creature's back. See all this stuff in here? Massive, giant creature. And I can't really explain it right now. I'm still working on it. There's more right in here. Okay? Look at this stuff over in here. See how these are wider and how these are all shoved together real tight right in here, right through there. See how that's all squished together and made them tight? See that fluting in there? That's fluting. Okay, I'm getting sidetracked, but that's what I see going on down here in the Yucatan Peninsula. In my opinion, there's no meteor impact. Body part. Creatures. They're diving inside a creature. When you see those people diving in Roger's video, they're diving inside these body parts. Heck, who knows how big this fish even goes this way. It could even be bigger. It's, you know, it's really obscured right there. All right, well, thanks for joining me. That's just my opinion, what I see, and that's why I say what I say. So you make your own opinions, judging on what you've seen. But I'm telling you right now, all this, the Earth is not what they're telling us, you know, geology. And I'm going to leave you with that right in here. Look at all this in here. So anyway, all right. Well, thanks for joining me this evening. That's just my opinion. Have a great evening. And hopefully more videos to come as we figure out things on this journey we're all on. Bye-bye now.